Welcome. This is Callie Carroll, and you're listening to a special series where we're diving into Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, taking 28 days to have intentional gratitude to see how our lives can change. It is a part of Good Morning Sunshines where we wake up to see that perspective reveals miracles. And guys, I'm telling you, gratitude can change your world. Let's get started. Welcome to day one of our magic practice. Reminder, all right, we're going to be going through Rhonda Byrne's magic for 28 days, and I'm going to provide you guidance on here so that you can practice with us. But I do encourage you to grab her book so that you can take all of your own notes, mark everything up, and take it in your own way. So, day number one, you guys, is counting your blessings. And I would have to say that in all of the tools that I used during Whit and John's diagnosis, and all of the things that I made sure I focused on, counting my blessings was the biggest impact on me maintaining any form of sanity and pushing forward the way that I did. And I had done the magic, I think, man, I don't know, 2020. And then multiple times beyond that, we would get together, a group of us, just like we are here. We would go through the magic. We would take notes of what changed and how many benefits and things came about in our lives. And then it was like so addictive. They're like, this is amazing. And we just kept going and going. And then, would pop back in later on. And I didn't in this moment, in the diagnosis moment, when I had the doctor come up and approach me and let me know that this was indeed most likely from a tumor. And I walked myself out, stumbled myself out basically to the waiting room to take some time to myself. Within seconds, minutes, I started counting my blessings. And I I really do attribute it to now, then I didn't really even know, but to the fact that it had been a practice I'd been doing so much with Rhonda. So if you don't do any of these, if you don't take on the other 27, if you just start with this one and see how your life can start to take some pivotal positive changes, that would be amazing. What does it mean to count your blessings? Really, all that is practicing gratitude. Counting your blessings is looking around you. You could do this right now. Look around you in the room that you're in and point out 10 things that you're thankful for. At first, I think it can be slightly challenging. Some people, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know my water that I'm drinking. But then you start to really get down to it. Like, I'm looking around right here. I see that I have a lighter. I love my lighter because it lights my candle. I love my candle because of the way that it that smells and makes me feel and how powerful it is. I love my pens that are over here in this little container because they allow me to not only write, whether that's a note to my child or a card to my husband, but also I've got different colors where I can express myself. And I love that. Having the window that's beside me with light that's pouring in, I'm so thankful for that warmth that's pulling in. Seeing the guest bed that we didn't used to have, that someday will be Whit and John's bedroom when he decides he can sleep away from mommy, is so incredible. And the friend that gave us this, like, beautiful set, like, just the love and the sharing from her heart, how amazing is that? And then I look over and I see my oracle cards and the way that they've helped support me and guide me. And I look up and I see this beautiful butterfly picture that one of my friend's daughters drew for us when we were going through Whit and John's fundraiser and the Whit and Wings for Warriors, because I could no longer work. And then it makes me think of just all of those people that gave to us. Do you see? You see what happens? It's like this: when you open up the gate of gratitude and count your blessings truly. And that, I mean, that was pretty topical. I mean, I am sitting in a room made from stuff. I have no idea how to do this. Made from wood and two by fours and plywood and paint and nails and like things I could never make this room. On the second floor, I am somehow magically just sitting here in this room. Like, it goes down into the itty bitty things that have created this very moment that you're in. And when you're feeling as dark as I was the second that I found out that my son had this tumor, and we didn't know anything at the time. My husband was gone. My mom had just came into town last moment to support me, and I'm just sitting there, what the do I do now? And I just started counting my blessings. Thank you For the doctors that were able to perform that test, thank you so much. For this hospital that's right here in Colorado that we didn't have to be flighted to. Thank you for my son being able to have his first sips of water and finally feel like he's not dying in that moment. Thank you so much for my mother being here. And my streamlined gratitude, it didn't make me want to skip around the hospital, but it sure did help me in not curling up in a little ball and just weeping. You know, it supported me in not giving up all hope, but instead finding my fight and gratitude in your life, which is what this whole magic is going to be about, right? But counting your blessings in your life each and every day is going to find you in different stages. Sometimes you're like, everything's chill, it's good, and it's just gonna make you a little bit happier than you were before, right? Sometimes when you're frustrated, it's gonna pull you out of that. And sometimes you're gonna be down in the dumps and it's going to support you in survival. So you look at this, right? What do we do in the practice of the magic for counting our blessings? We write down 10 things that we're grateful for first thing in the morning. It's as quick as you can. And I do this first thing in the morning, I do it before I go to bed, I do it randomly throughout the day, so it's not just like a partial practice, and I do it a lot up here, but writing them down physically, especially when you're getting started, can be very supportive. So you're gonna wake up and you could have a notebook next to your bed that you're just like, "I am so thankful for," and I'll describe the formula in a second. Or you could use your notes in your phone. I did that a lot. I don't like writing, so I would talk to text them in my phone, so I'd have them right there. You could do a voice recording. I know that that's not like a note, but still that they transcribe it right there for you now. So any way that you can get those 10 gratefuls done to support yourself in setting your soul, your body, your mind up for choosing positive throughout that day. Just starting the day off powerfully, who knows what's going to happen with the rest of the day, but starting it off powerfully is going to support you in showing up differently for the rest of the day. Now, a couple other things. When you're doing this, you do want to make sure that you're saying why. The more that you can connect to the gratitude, the faster your life is going to change. Rhonda recommends saying thank you, thank you, thank you to really reiterate it and pull it into your heart because it's how you feel the gratitude. The deeper you feel the gratitude, the more supportive this is going to be again in the transformation of your life. And also, who are you thanking? For me, I'm thanking God. You thank the universe. It talks about how in the times of history, people thanked the sun or whatever. Like thanking someone is going to make that more strong. Now, how does this actually change your life? Obviously, for me in that moment at the hospital, like it was life transformative because it supported me in surviving. But I want to remind you that whatever you're focusing on in your world is going to increase. Whatever you're focusing on in your world is going to increase. The more that you put your energy purposely, intentionally in positivity, the more positivity is going to come back to you. And that's going to be the entire practice that we're doing here with Rhonda. So, acknowledging that if you're choosing to find everything that's wrong with your life on a continuous basis, to, oh, yeah, this sucks and that sucks. And you're criticizing, you're complaining, and you're upset. And you always find the way to just be frustrated, angry, sad, hurt, just blame somebody for feeling Eeyore. If you're in that state, the, you're going to keep creating more of those things. Why does it always happen to me? Why me all the time? Not happening to them over there. And you're continually bringing in that energy with the chosen energy. Now, when my son was diagnosed with cancer, it's like I could have chosen to be in it and angry and continue to just attract negative people into my world, haters into my world. I could have continued to attract sadness and loneliness, but instead what I feel like happened is I did everything that I could to focus on the positive, and all of a sudden, people started showing up. Positivity started showing up in our world like no other. Support, love, prayers, songs, gifts, energy, just all of these different things. People were pouring into our family as we chose, even though we were in a negative situation, because face it, we're all in negative situations sometimes, right? We chose to focus on the positive to move forward and get through this. It helps the fight. So whatever you're focusing on is becoming more and more of, and that's all of Rhonda's. If you haven't read all of her books, The Secret, The Greatest Secret, all of them, grab them all. Just grab them all. I think we might do more in this book club this year. I'm not exactly sure. I have to take a look. And that's another reminder. This is the book club for March of 2024, but you could do it anytime. If you're not, who knows, when you're checking out this information, you could do it anytime. And we're just active on Facebook generally to discuss these different things. And of course, here now we've got some videos. So whatever you're focusing on, the positive, you're counting your blessings or you're counting the negative things, that's what's going to be increasing in your world. Better to lose count while naming your blessings than to lose your blessings while counting your troubles. And that final statement of what we're going to talk about today is just that when you are focused on the negative, you are losing your blessings. The ones that are right in front of you, you don't even see, lost instantly. It's like this instant transformation that can occur for the good or the bad, for the betterment or the bereavement. I don't know how you want to say that, right away by choosing what you're going to acknowledge that's around you. And that's the instantaneous change. Like we just talked about, when you continuously are focusing on something, what you attract is even amplifying that. So that's the future change. So, you guys, this is the magic. Day one. And I am going to have a shorter conversation than this, most likely. Maybe not. Who knows? Sometimes I like to talk. So you are able to go back through, whether you're following live in real time, then you can pop on, you can watch the live videos on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast in 2027, whatever that is, you can follow along. It's going to be its own season so that you can go through and day by day. But do make sure that you go grab the book. That way you have it in your hands. You have the physical ability to highlight and really sit with the different things. And I am very excited to see how your world changes after you decide to do the magic with us. Thank you guys so much. Kelly Carroll here. And I hope that you have a magical day, magical afternoon, magical morning, magical weekend, magical year, no matter what you got going on in your world. Because we get to choose that. Remember, you guys, perspective reveals miracles, and we'll talk later. Thank you so much. Bye. Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.